where you're going with like that. But at the same time, the tiki and polypop culture are kind of their own separate entity. I mean, in my opinion, and I mean, somebody could argue with that easily, but in my opinion, it's their own thing. It's something that, like I said, we talked about earlier, is created in Southern California and Oakland. Yeah, sure. Did they take some of the ideas and some of the culture from different areas? Sure, that definitely did. I mean, that's kind of just how it worked. But I mean, that's how anything works. If you think about going out to, P.F. Chang's, did they steal from Chinese culture? I guess so. Yeah, they did. But right, but I mean, that you can make that argument. I mean, I don't know. It's one of those things where I know people have gotten into like kind of debates about it. And it's one of those things where I kind of stay out of it. Just like, maybe, I guess, I don't know.
Yeah.
Are you having fun here? That's what I care about.
So let's say, I've lived on Mars for the last 10 years, and I do not know what a tiki drink is, and I sit down at your bar, and I'm talking to you guys, and I was like, I have no idea what this place is about. How do you kind of introduce them to the tiki concept if they've never heard of it before?
Shoot, Kimo.
I'll let you answer this one.
Really, we have a lot of people who come in and are like, hey, can I get like a scotch and water?
Yeah, there you go. I mean, a vodka soda or like a vodka Red Bull or something.
We have that stuff. I mean, we'd be stupid to not have that stuff. We're a bar. We need to have, things that everybody's going to like. Because not everybody wants an exotic cocktail with a bunch of juice and rum. But my best way to do it is to kind of talk to them about it. Hey, what do you like? And then go from there. Oh, you like vodka? Okay, cool. I can make a really cool vodka-based drink with, macadamia nut liqueur, pineapple juice, coconut cream, and it'll taste amazing, and it'll be vodka-based. I get what you're saying. You don't like rum because you drank Captain Morgan when you were in college, so you puked, and then now you hate rum. Like I totally get that. But at the same time, I think anybody who comes into any bar, as a bartender, it's your job to be able to kind of find out what they like and work with that. Because not everybody likes what you like.
Right.
Everybody, not everybody likes even what everybody else should like and things like that. It's one of those things where I think we, as bartenders, there's a lot of stigma about like, oh, you're ordering a vodka Red Bull. Yeah. I already know what type of person you are, and I've judged you. And I think and don't get me wrong, I've done it. Like I'm not guilt free of that, but it's one of those things where I think we kind of just have to guide people. You have to be like that person who says like, hey, I know you want a vodka Red Bull, and that's cool. I'll totally make you one. But if you want to try something different, try this.
Open your mind up a little bit.
Here's some vodka, but it's also with this or this, and things like that. I think we gotta step out of that phase of like I'm cooler, I know better than you. It's got to be it's customer service, we're here to serve a customer happiness and fun, and not to judge and be an asshole about it.
Yeah,
and it's hard. Because I mean, like I said, I've done it.
Because this is your passion, right?
Yeah.
And you love this. And somebody comes in and orders a Red Bull vodka.
I'll tell you, cool. I made fun of somebody the other day. I made fun of them. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
They ordered a Red Bull vodka, and we have a bell behind the bar, and I rang the bell, and I said, "Hey, everybody, Junglebird's first Red Bull vodka." They laughed about it.
You knew it was coming.
Oh yeah.
You knew it was coming.
And they had a good time about it. I mean, and that's really what it's about. I mean. This whole tiki or Polynesian pop, mid-century culture stuff is really all fun.
Yeah.
That's all it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
I mean, and once you get too serious about anything, what's the point of doing it? I mean, really.
Exactly.
There's a couple, like the drinks on the menu, like Baron did the Bourbicane, right?
Yeah.
So
what's that?
It's a bourbon.
You've been studying,
tiki
come on.
But for someone that has a hard time stepping outside of their box, like, hey, we have this drink on the menu, or just suggestions. Like, I have my go-tos, and I tell everyone I like the Painkiller, and
that's my go-to too.
Yeah,
Painkiller. And
you guys, those cool mugs, those like
the Painkiller mugs.
Yeah.
And I really like this Pineapple Plantation rum.
Yeah.
And it's like my go-to. I'll do a Painkiller and a shot of rum.
Well, that pineapple rum is a great. I mean, in my opinion, a great rum to start people out. That it's just it's a rum, but here's a little different twist. It's got a little bit on the sweeter side. So
it is, yeah, it is.
And we had the macadamia nut last time. I think we were here. Yeah,
mm-hmm. yeah. That was the one I was talking about with it's vodka, pineapple juice, coconut cream, and macadamia liqueur.
And that's got to be cool though when somebody
It comes in the copper.
Absolute Elix pineapple. Yeah.
So that's got to be rewarding for you. The Red Bull vodka guy shows up. You ask him questions. You say, "Hey, try this," and then he's like, "Oh shit, this is fucking good." You know, that's got to be pretty rewarding.
Well, I mean, in any bar that you work at, when you can like, you know, I had a lot of people come in even when I was at Tank House. One girl was actually just sitting right over there, Erica. She used to come in all the time and just be like, "Hey, I'm really into hankering for bourbon. Make me something." I'm like, okay, you want sweet? You want sour? You want this? You want that? And then you build on that. And then as long as you keep like kind of a few in your back pocket, that's kind of what I always just thought of. You know, if somebody comes in and asks for this, this is what I'll make them. If somebody comes in and asks, this is what I'll do. And then obviously the longer you've been doing it, the more stuff you're going to have in your pocket. Being like, I can turn to this drink, you know. But once again, like I said, it's rewarding when you're able to like make somebody happy.
Yeah.
Even if it's a Red Bull vodka, if that's what they want and that's what they're having fun with, I don't care. Come to my bar and buy it. That's all I care about, right? Have fun, enjoy yourself, and but yeah, of course, it's always great when somebody tries something that you made, or maybe not even that you maybe even came up with, but you thought like, hey, I think that somebody would really like this cocktail, and I'm going to talk to them about it and see if they like it. And then when they taste it, they're like, oh man, that's really good. I do like that cocktail, and you feel like, yeah, you've done your job for the day.
Yeah. How about pairing with food? What are some of your guys' favorite combos, food and drink wise?
I think, like I said, Matt did a great job on the menu. I mean, the poo-poo platter, you could get a variety, whether it's
a little bit of everything, right?
4 person, it's just
like
a little sampler of everything. The appetizers are really reasonably priced, I would say. You know, you get 3 small pork sisig tacos for $6. Then if you're a little on the hungry side, you can get the spare rib or the plate with the
short ribs.
The short rib plate with the with the soba noodles, the green tea soba noodles.
So what cocktail would go well with the short ribs in the
short ribs? To be honest with you, I mean, you're gonna have like a red meat like that. I mean, you know, most people would probably go like, oh, you should probably do red wine or something like that. I'd go for like a really cool aged rum. You know, that's neat. I wouldn't even want to make them like a cocktail. I'd just be like, hey, you know, this Zacapa 23 is pretty good. I think it would go well with that.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, something like that.
It's got to be able to stand up to the
something that's bold, has flavor. That even like some of the like, that's the crazy thing. I think that like I especially like starting to learn a lot about more rums. It doesn't necessarily need to be expensive to be good. And I think that's with a lot of things. A lot of people think like, oh, well, it's $100 a shot. It's got to be good. Well, no, not necessarily.
Just maybe it's rare. It's not a lot
exactly.
of it.
It doesn't mean it's great. But one of the things that I kind of like started learning is just like, this is good for this is good for that. But even certain things where it's like, this bottle's $20. You know, you buy it in the store, but it's good. It has good flavors. It has good taste, and it's not expensive.
Yeah.
And I mean, and that's one of those things too, where you talked about earlier. You know, if somebody likes a certain thing, like how do you turn them on to something? You know? And like I have a lot of people who are like, you know, I'm not a rum drinker, but you could turn somebody into a rum drinker because there's so many different profiles and so many different flavors, you know, between like agricole rums or, you know, molasses-based rums and things like that. I mean, and then in the aging process, it's aged in a sherry cask, it's aged in a bourbon cask, you know, it takes all these different profiles on, and it's one of those things where it's just like, yeah, you like bourbon? Cool. You should try this Ronabella 7-year. I think you'd really like it. And then normally they're like, oh, wow, that's not what I was expecting, you know?
Yeah.
And you just got to kind of like find those flavor profiles that people are talking about that they like, and you can build on that easily. So, I mean, yeah, there's pairings definitely, but with short ribs, I would definitely go with some aged meat rum.
Right on. What about you, Kimosabi? What about any other food pairings, drink pairings?
You know, I still have yet to like come in and really hang out and get to eat and sample the full menu, just because I've been so busy with moving and work. But I think, I mean, all the drinks are delicious, all the food's delicious, and I think that no matter like what drink you buy with the meal, I think it'll all go. I think Matt, you know, it's all kind of the same.
So you're here to have a good time, no matter what you order, basically. All right, gents. I think we're almost we're 40 minutes.
Has that been
Flew
40
by,
minutes?
yeah.
Wow. Time flew by. I felt like I talked a lot. I'm sorry.
No, it's your gig, man. You're the star of the show.
I don't know about that. That's one of those things I think is hard, too. It's because, people kind of like, oh, yeah, you own your bar. And I'm like, yeah, I guess, yeah. I mean, Tyler does, too. And Melissa, they're like, yeah, but you're here. I'm like, I don't know. I feel like it's like almost like a little, like, I don't fit in. Because we have this like all-star crew of bartenders, and I feel like sometimes like I'm kind of the odd man out. Like these guys are killing it, and I'm just like okay at this stuff. I just happened to like make a night of it one night at Tank House, and now I'm doing this. And it's like I kind of feel like I'm really happy with. For one, the staff they're all amazing bartenders. They're all really, really good bartenders.
Chris Sinclair, Barron's here, so Ben Moore's here.
Yeah.
Russell Eastman's here.
Yeah. Josh Hunt's here. Josh Hunt, Mike Mazzy from Broderick, Jenna from Bottle and Barlow, Karina from Bottle and Barlow. I really kind of got a lot of people from Bottle and Barlow because Jason kind of trained them to be just dynamite bartenders, and they are. And he was selective on who he picked, and I didn't poach anybody. I didn't be like, hey, come over here and don't work for Jason anymore.
Right.
I was really careful about that because I was like, I didn't want to step on anybody's toes, especially because I was like, yeah, I'm opening a spot, but I don't want to be that asshole that took good bartenders away from people. So I just let them know, like, hey, if you have a couple days here and there, love to bring you on. Right. But don't give away any of your shifts where you're currently at because I don't want to take from what Jason's doing, what Nerge is doing, what different bar owners are doing, because I just didn't want to be that guy. I didn't want to be like poaching all the good people.
Well, it also allows them to decide that this is the place that they want to be, right?
Sure,
I mean, everyone's just, you're the guys, the new place in town, I want to be there, but then they get here and they're like, oh shit, all these rums, like, I don't know, like, I can't, So.
And I'm not discrediting anybody else, I got Patty from Ace of Spades, who's doing a great job. We got Devin from Red Rabbit. I'm probably going to leave some people's names out, but I'm trying not to.
That's all right.
But we got a great crew of Bart. Steven, Gridfather.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Of course, he kills it back there and has a good time. And we have just a good time just kind of messing with each other.
He's got to be careful not to light his beard on fire when he's throwing cinnamon on a drink or something.
He gets crazy back there. It's fun.
We didn't talk about your resume. Like Tank House, Tiki Tuesday, but where else?
I started Chicago Fire, actually.
That's right.
Like a lot of people, I think most people know that, but I started as a busser at Chicago Fire, and then I started serving there, and then I just made sure made sure they knew I wanted to bartend, and I started bartending there and kind of learned about a few things here and there. Didn't get a lot of training there. It was kind of you make their cocktails, and that's kind of really much all they do. But then I joined the BG and kind of just started learning stuff, started getting more involved, started doing competitions, which really kind of honed my skills. And I've never done well in competitions. I do terrible at every competition. I always forget an ingredient.
It Takes Two to Tiki over at
I did terrible at that one, but mainly because I'd been drinking all night too. So. But all those competitions I've always done terrible at. Never done good at them. I get nervous in front of the crowd, I think is what it is.
Yeah.
And I forget ingredients, or I drop something, or I do something to screw it up. But no, and then from Chicago Fire, when Tyler opened Tank House, he kind of was like, hey, we've been friends for a long time, you want to work with me? I was like, sure. And went over to Tank House, and Brendan kind of helped with that, because him and Brendan were at the river drinking. I was like, you should hire Buddy. And he did, so. And then from there, now I'm here, and I don't have a big resume of cocktailing and bartending. I just kind of been in a couple spots.
You're a quick study, man. I think that's...
I don't even know that it's that. I think it's one of those things where I just enjoyed it so much, and I had a good time with it. And yeah, I learned a few things here and there, but like I said, guys like Sinclair, guys like Josh Hunt, Russell, guys that are working here, I got nothing on them. I kind of have to turn to them sometimes and be like, hey, I know they're all more knowledgeable than me, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that's a good thing that I'm able to acknowledge that and be like, hey, these guys are smarter than me. They have more knowledge, and I'm okay with that, and that's cool because then I can learn from them, and that comes with anything. It's okay. I think it's one of those things where it's good to not think you know everything.
Right.
There's
Yeah.
always somebody out there who knows more.
Yeah, because your scope's going to be so narrow.
Right.
And yeah, no.